Hey, and welcome back to the Michael Lofton Show. Today we're diving into one of the strangest episodes in church history.
This better be good.
The infamous Cadaver Synod. Imagine politics so cutthroat that a pope put his dead predecessor on trial.
Wait, what?
That actually happened, though.
You heard that right. A pope dug up the corpse of his predecessor and put him on trial. So here's how it went down. The story begins in the 9th century, a time when the papacy was like a medieval version of the Game of Thrones, minus the dragons. But plenty of backstabbing.
Oh, this is good.
Popes didn't reign for long. Some lasted only weeks, others months, and one dude lasted a meager 13 days.
Well, that was short and sweet.
Enter Pope Formosus, a decent enough pope who made some powerful enemies. He got on the wrong side of a man named Lambert of Spoleto. Think of him as the guy who never got invited to parties but still insisted he was the most important guest.
You know, because I'm the best ever.
Lambert didn't like Formosus because Formosus had backed a different emperor. A classic wrong team move, basically. Now, Formosus dies peacefully in 896, but that wasn't the end. In 897, Pope Stephen VI, a Lambert supporter, decided the best way to handle political tension was to dig up Formosus's rotting corpse, dress him in papal vestments, and put him on trial.
Yeah, I did that.
Because nothing says justice like interrogating a dead dude who can't talk.
That's true.
So the trial was held in the Lateran Basilica. Now picture this, Pope Stephen on his throne, judges glaring down, and poor Formosus's decomposing body propped up like a terrifying puppet. It's like Nosferatu meets Law and Order or something.
That's an interesting analogy.
A deacon was assigned to speak on Formosus's behalf, because obviously he couldn't speak for himself, but you just know he was in heaven, probably wanting to say,
You wanna argue? I can't argue with you. Leave me alone.
So after the deacon tried to defend the Pope, Pope Stephen ranted, accusing Formosus of violating canon law by becoming Pope when he had previously been the Bishop of Porto. He argued that Formosus couldn't have been a valid Pope since he had been a bishop of another see when he was elected, which is kind of odd since numerous popes were previously bishops of other sees when they were elected. But okay, so what was the result of the trial? Formosus was found guilty.
Well, yeah, of course.
And his papal vestments were stripped from his corpse. All of Formosus's ordinations and acts as the Pope were declared null and void, so everything he did was considered invalid, and everyone he ordained had to get reordained. Then they hacked off Formosus's fingers that he used for ordinations. I guess they feared that a decomposed corpse could still ordain someone, I don't know. Formosus was then dumped into a pauper's grave, but even that wasn't enough.
No, we are not done here.
Later, some overachiever dug him up again and tossed him in the Tiber River like a Pachamama statue or something. Now, the story doesn't end there. The whole stunt backfired spectacularly. People weren't exactly thrilled about their Pope's weekend at Bernie's moment, so riots broke out and Pope Stephen was imprisoned. In the aftermath, Formosus's body was eventually recovered from the river, miraculously intact, and reburied with full honors.
But wait.
There's more.
A year after Stephen's death, Pope John IX held his own council where he declared Formosus's ordinations valid. So he reverse uno'd Stephen's judgment.
Bet you didn't expect that, Miss Smarty Pants, huh?
But then the next pope, Pope Sergius III, pulled a reverse uno on the reverse uno and reinstated Stephen's judgment against Formosus and his ordinations.
I think I'm following you.
And then he declared that his predecessor's ordinations were invalid, so everybody ordained by his predecessor had to get reordained again.
Are we really doing this again?
So you have one pope ordaining some dudes, another pope declared those ordinations null, another pope came back and said the ordinations were legit, and then another pope came back and said they were null, and also my predecessor's ordinations were null. It's like the Spider-Man meme meets medieval popery or something.
So what's the point?
Well, the Cadaver Synod shows us just how messy church politics can get when power and ego collide. But despite the madness the church endured, although it still hasn't explained how Formosus's ordinations could be declared null and void, given the church's position on the sacramental character of ordinations and how they can't be undone.
We should probably pretend that didn't happen.
Be that as it may, I want to know your favorite weird moment in church history. Be sure to leave the answer in the comment section and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Until next time, keep learning, be discerning, and seek the truth. I'll see you soon. Hey, have you been benefiting from this channel but you're not supporting it?
You're definitely guilty.
Get over to patreon.com/Reason and Theology and support this channel if you've been benefiting from the content.
Did I say get it done now?
I mean right now!
And if you can't support the show financially, you should at least be subscribed, right? Am I right or am I right?
Yeah, I think he's right.
I'm right. So go and hit the subscribe button right now.